got on here to do a Scout update because I know I haven't talked to anybody about the Scout in a while. And that's because I'm still waiting on the sample. It'll probably be 1 or 2 weeks at this point. Things got pushed back because of reasons out of anyone's control. And so I still gotta wait. It's interesting, like, whenever I'm kind of forced to wait like this, I'm not mad about it because it feels like just more time for me to get clear on what my next steps are in Maven and in my career and in the storytelling behind Maven. So I'm fine with the process moving slowly. I am starting to like really want to get some details about the next steps. It does feel like I'm kind of at this liminal space where I cannot go further until I get more information. So I'm kind of just waiting. I'm just waiting on that information, and I know everybody else is too. But everyone's really patient, so thank you so much for being patient with me on this. I think what I do is I kind of like hide from you guys because I'm like, oh, I haven't gotten the sample yet, so I kind of assume that I don't have anything else to say, but I'm realizing that there's so many things going on behind the scenes, and really what I should be doing is just doing like a stream of consciousness business meeting with whoever's out there, and yeah, laying out my thoughts. I feel like my planning is kind of unconventional, and it would be fun to record it. And if anybody has thoughts, let me know. So, the first thing I want to talk about is storytelling, because with the Scout design, with the release of the Scout design, I really want to include some kind of media. I've been really curious lately about other artists in the city like me and kind of just being at different stages. And it takes a lot to make it here and survive here. It feels like so much goes into that, and I'm curious how other people are making it work. And it also feels like if you're doing something as a passion project, not necessarily what you do for money, like this is purely like your passion is driving you to use your creativity in this way, that feels extra significant in an environment like this where it feels like there's so much going on, there's so much opportunity, there is so much money being exchanged. Like, it's necessary to constantly be exchanging money in this city. And so if somebody is making all of that work for themselves and then they're still committed to their passion and their creativity, that's very commendable to me. I feel like my energy is a little low today because I honestly just snaked 2 drains and I'm traumatized by it. So, yeah. Okay, I learned this new word. I wrote it down here. Monachopsis, Moonachopsis, and it's the persistent feeling of being out of place even when surrounded by people. It's kind of a downer word, but at the same time, I think that a lot of artists feel this way. They feel this monachopsis, and that is making me even more attracted to my idea of like storytelling and being able to ask artists these questions. I really want to go deep with artists. That's kind of where I'm at right now. That's where I'm thinking the storytelling is going to go. I'm really feeling like it's important to tell real people's stories in the real moment right now. And I'm curious about the people who haven't boiled over into some kind of like large scale recognition. They're not doing it for that. They're doing it for the pure passion of the art. So I want to like walk around with them and ask them questions. And yeah, I want to like spotlight people like this. Outliers, you know? People who are doing it in different ways rather than just like they did something one time that went viral on social media and now their career is made. How about we do a little switch? When I have my tarot deck down here, Ooh, interesting. When I split the deck right before I started, I got the star, which the star is all about vulnerability and healing. It's like a deeply healing card. And see this woman, which I guess you like can't show her because she's naked, and I think if I put this on YouTube, it's like bad to show naked people. But yeah, she is okay with being seen. She's reached this point in her healing. She's done so much deep healing that now she's okay with being seen. And here she is, like out in the open, and she has 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on land while there's stars overhead in the sky and a bird in the background. And she has these two pitchers just like abundantly like scooping up water and pouring it back out again. The star is a beautiful card. And I feel like it's relevant because it's super relevant to literally get a card like this right before you turn a camera on yourself. It's like that's the card, of exactly that. You're on stage, you're the star. And I feel like I need to realize that I do need to be seen, and I do need to put more of my story out there, and then also search for other people's stories. Way at the root of my professional career, I have a degree in journalism, so I've always been kind of heading back towards storytelling as a big focus in my art. So, yeah, I'm just trying to figure out like what are the next steps. This is kind of interesting though. I don't even know if I want to show this card that came up on the other side of the split. Actually, it's a good card, but it's the devil, which the devil represents codependency, and it can be kind of like a watchful card, like kind of like a watching eye on you. And I think that that's something that I get scared of when I know I need to be putting myself more online and sharing my story and what I'm going through with the behind the scenes of this move and designing the scout, and really trying to kind of not move from artist to designer, but like add designer to artist in a way that feels very solid to me, to be two things successfully, feel comfortable in that way. And I think something that keeps me from using all of my tools with that is a fear of being seen or something, and that's the devil. So I feel like I've overcome that, or I'm overcoming that. Tarot is wild. I'm afraid of what else would come out. Maybe I'll pull them up later. What are my other talking points? Oh my god, yeah, I wanted to tell you guys about some side quests that I've recently gone on. Yeah. So I have had 2 Craigslist gigs experiences boil into something more than just emailing. And they're from 2 separate experiences on Craigslist, 2 separate ads. So the first was a couple months ago, it was back in May. I had a filmmaker reach out to me through a Craigslist gigs ad that I had posted for help because I'm starting to kind of like put myself out there needing somebody to help me. Oh, yeah, I want to go back to that actually. I'll do this first. Get super excited about meeting this person. Go to meet them. It's just a guy who wants to take me swing dancing. It was like, oh, okay. Mm-hmm. Craigslist gigs in New York City. All right, let's go. So interesting experience there. It's hilarious now. At the time, I was kind of like deeply disappointed because by the way the emailing was going, I was just like, okay, cool. Like this could be somebody who can help me, and I'm gonna follow this. I'm very good at following my little like journeys. If something catches my attention and I feel like intuitively drawn to it. I follow it to the end. So I followed this like mail thing with a stranger to a coffee shop in Bushwick where it immediately fell apart. The next Craigslist gigs ad, I saw this ad where this person had basically like written this ad out for exactly who I am looking for in Maven right now. It was too good to be true. And that was the first like intuitive ping that I felt when I read the ad. I was like, this is interesting. It's very close to what I want, which is a person to do the business operations, the behind the scenes operations. Literally, he wrote in the ad, I will be a faceless partner in this business and handle all of like where the marketing goes and where you put these things that you create. And he wanted to form a partnership with an artist who was making everything themselves, who was the face of what they made and was fine with being like on camera doing their craft. It was pretty much me. It was exactly me is who this person claimed that they wanted in the ad. And I want them. I want somebody who is going to help me direct my creativity and my storytelling and my leatherworking in these directions that will bring forth like the fruition that I'm looking for and I want. The next phase, I need this person. And I wasn't going to apply because I did get that intuitive feeling that it was just too good to be true. And then he also had this huge emphasis in the ad on being famous, which I'm like, he's like, you must be hungry to be famous. And I'm not. I'm okay with being seen. The star. I don't have it up anymore, but the star card. Like, I'm okay with being seen. I'm okay. I've been the face of my business for many years now. But already that was kind of like, we're not on the same page there. And so I still apply though, because I'm like, what's on the other side of this? I want to know what he has in mind. Still apply. He gets right back to me. I get an interview, or we get an interview, because I'm equally interviewing him. The guy literally wants me to be the face of a plush toy company. It's like not at all what he had put in the ad. And he admitted that. He was like, yeah, I kind of lied, basically. And I'm just like, okay. I mean, but at the same time, we had a good conversation and I learned a lot about what his, trajectory has been. And at first, I wanted to shut this guy down immediately. I have no interest in what he wants me to do. But then I'm like, well, why not just, talk to another entrepreneur and be open to wherever he's at and what he has to say. And it actually ended up being a good conversation, and he offered me marketing help whenever I want it. It was interesting. Little side quest there. So that'll bring me to my next topic at hand, which is I need like a technoverse guide. That's what I would call it, is a technoverse guide. Somebody to like hold my hand through the ether and be like, it's safe over here. These are the rules for this spot. If you do this, you'll be okay. Like, here's your best shot at getting this out of this. Because it feels like this crazy chanted forest. Whenever I go online, I'm just like, I have a, I am, I have so much, but where does it go and how? And yeah. And not knowing those things will force me to go into these waves of just like complete shutdown. Like, I want to deactivate everything. When I moved to New York, I seriously considered completely deactivating all my social media, including the Maven social media. And looking back, I'm like, that's not a good idea. Good thing we didn't do that. But at the time, I was really kind of serious about that. It just felt like I needed to get off of there. And what I did instead was just take a huge break from it. And I'm still in a huge break from it. And I don't think I'm going to go back to the capacity that I was on it for Maven before. But that is kind of the ups and downs of my process as I go through these moments where it's like, okay, I'm fine with being seen. Okay, no, now shut it all down, shut it all down. And yeah, I struggle with this feeling of being perceived or something. And it's tough because I know that I have an interesting story and I'm living an interesting life. And I know that as soon as I start to talk about those things with the people who follow me, it helps people and it inspires people, and I get a really positive response. So I should keep going in that direction. It's meaningful when I do, but I get scared and I want to hide. And so it would be nice if I was able to find somebody at some point who is like, you're safe, basically. So that was pretty transparent. It was all transparent, actually. Ooh, Eight of Wands. Positive message coming in, or message coming in. Hope it's positive.